why you shouldn't save your crystal solvent or wave plate refresh. I've seen people talk about this before, right? So if you guys are not aware, this is the thing that you refresh your stamina. So this thing. So this is your stamina right here. Wave plate is your stamina, alright? You can basically use airstrikes to replenish it. If you are pay to win, by the way, if you are a whale, of course, right? Or you could use the crystal solvent. Now a lot of people have been saying you should save this for later chapters, later levels. But some guys are saying, no, you shouldn't save it. You should use it, all of it right now. Use all of it right now so that you get to end game faster, or save it. So let's see what this guy has to say. You reach union level 40 faster, and there you lose no drops whatsoever since you end up using the same proportion of wave plates at UL 40 from natural regeneration. So here's as simple as I could get to the math. Assuming 2-day time frame. Assuming we need 7600 union EXP to reach UL 40. Basic conversions will be 7.5 union EXP equals to 1 wave plate, 60 wave plate per hour. You would have 240 wave plates from natural regeneration. You gain 2000 EXP daily from guidebook. Assuming 1 crystal solvent is 450 EXP. If solvent is saved, the UL 40 is reached in 48 hours. Okay. 60 wave plates are used in 48 hours at UL 40 from 1 crystal solvent. If solvent isn't safe, UL 40 reach in 42 hours. 60 wave plates are used in 48 hours at UL 40 from natural regeneration. Both end up with the result being 60 wave plates used at UL 40 after 48 hours. So he's trying to say, like in case you guys are confused, so he's just trying to say that if you use this wave plates crystal solvent to push to UL 40 faster, it's the same, right? Because once you reach UL 40, you can use the natural stamina to farm more efficiently. At the end of the day, it's roughly the same because you either stay here longer or you push faster and you use the natural stamina there, or you just wait here, you use the natural stamina here, or use your wave plates later on. But I think he might be... I'm pretty sure UL 40 is not the last one, right? There's still one more stage. So at that point, I'm not sure if it's worth it. The math is the same whether you save now or use later, you will end up using the same amount of wave plates in the end. Now, there's something that a lot of players didn't take into consideration when talking about the wave plates now versus wave plates later. That is what's coming in version 1.1. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this. I also want to put this up here in front because if you guys are not aware, we did receive these developers' notes, and there's one specific mention right here. A lot of people seem to be very confused. They did say that in version 1.1 we will remove the reward cutscene from Tacit Field. That's one thing. And in version 1.1 and onward, right here, specifically mentioned, the yield of echoes and echo development materials will be increased. Okay, so if you save a bunch of these things later on, right? If you have plenty of, what is it called again? Crystal solvent for later on, it might be more efficient because you're getting more echo materials later on. Now, as far as I know, they didn't specifically mention what materials, they just say echo development materials. I'm going to assume it's the tuners and the thing that used to level up the echoes, right? So it might be more efficient to save actually, depending on how much this is going to increase. Like, we don't know how much this will increase. It didn't say what amount we're getting, right? It just say that the materials will increase. Is it like 2x? Is it 3x? Is it 4x? Like, how much increase, right? If it's just increased by a little bit, maybe not much of that much of a difference. But based on what we can see right now, potentially saving might even be better because you have more crystal solvent to use when version 1.1 comes. Therefore, you're gonna get better rewards later on. Remember, this is a gacha game, and for any gacha game or live service game, the rewards can always change or be improved in later versions. Always take that into consideration. And also, we never know, there could be like new echoes that come later on. So if you are just going to use up all your crystal solvent right now, new echoes come, you're gonna be dry. You don't have anything left to use. As a free-to-play, that could be something that you have to weigh, right? The pros and cons. Now let's continue with the rest of the video, so hopefully take this into consideration as well, right? Every solvent use gets you to UL 40 6 hours earlier in turn, giving you 360 wave plates at UL 40 for natural regeneration in the same time frame. Yeah, so I understand the concept here, but why UL 40 though? What about UL 50, UL 60? Essentially, wave plates from solvents are being traded for wave plates from natural regeneration. This means non-wave plate EXP sources such as dailies, exploration are irrelevant to the equation. Free-to-play players have around 42 solvents at this point, which can get them to UL 40 10.5 days earlier. Benefits of rushing to UL 40. Database 19 is unlocked much earlier, giving a massive 30% increase to 5-star echo drop rates from murder and data merging. Okay, this one makes sense. I agree with this, right? So in case you guys are wondering, when you reach UL40, I'm sure everyone here are aware, your data bank, the massive thing is you cannot go to 19 and 20. It's locked behind this particular ascension phase, and you need to be UL40 for that. So once you go 19, I believe your, let's see, this 50-50% will become 80-20%. So that's going to be pretty huge. And then the enhanced drop rate become 100%. Yeah, I can see that. Also, make sure you guys save as much echoes as you can, right? Don't trash your echoes yet. Keep all of them because they give you a lot of inventory slot for your echoes. You get 2000 slots right here, you can see, right? No need to rush, alright? Just save them for until you use UL50 before you go here and do this. Because once you do this, you are going to, if you do this right now, it's 50-50 to get 5-star echoes versus 4-star echoes. But if you do it later, once you reach UL40, you have a higher chance to get 5-star echo. Same thing as well, right? So this one I do agree, yeah, I can see that. Resonator or Weapon Ascension 4, providing a significant boost in damage which can allow players to get more pulls from Tower of Adversity if done before a reset. Yeah, this makes sense, yeah, I can see this. So you want to do Tower of Adversity before reset, we still have one more day. Even more drops from the 2x simulation drop event currently active. Again, a fair play, fair point. Day 1 players will be able to reach UL40 without airstrike refreshes tomorrow, which will be the first before the first tower reset. World mob drops are boosted as well. Yeah, I can see that, right? I can see all of this benefit. This is going to be pretty cool. 50% is good enough when you don't have that much gold echoes early on, and then when you have enough, save for until you have data bank 19. The problem is not the echoes, the problem is going to be the tuners, right? The tuners is going to be a big problem. Natural plates aren't traded 1.1 for solvent ones. Say you need a day's worth of EXP to reach UL40. Let's round it down to 3600 EXP with 240 wave plates spent plus dailies. To get the same EXP with solvent, you need 480 EXP worth of wave plates. With that benefit, the next current day's natural wave plates are then used at higher efficiency. So in the end, you use up to 480 wave plates to get the next level earlier, but wasting 50% of them by spending them in the lower world level domains instead of waiting. Okay, this holds true especially for larger amount of wave plate spend. Though it's not exactly 50% rate as daily rate, is 3800 EXP versus 3600 from 8 solvents. In the end, this continues for all breakpoints upwards. Most efficient use would be to wait for max world level and use them then. But the problem is that at this point, you probably only care about echo grind anyways, and the extra wave plates you save aren't going to do much. So the logic here is he's saying that because you are actually wasting the wave plates by spending them in the lower level domains. So in the end, you get less rewards. I guess that's what he's trying to say, right? Which makes sense. So if you farm right now to push to 40, what would I farm right now, right? To try to push to 40, I would be farming either tacit fields or any of this, like any of the stuff here, right? The simulation or whatever. And these things give less rewards. Now, if you save later, it will give a better reward. So in the end, you're getting everything less. It might look like it's about the same. His point is you actually lose out a little bit more, because if you can save that for later, you will get more tuners, probably more better echoes overall, right? Then the logic would be to just go all the way to 60, right? Before you use the wave plates then. Like if that's the logic that you want to follow. That could also be a thing. I don't recommend using all as well actually. If you can save some for later on would be nice, like just for emergency, right? You never know, like certain days you are maybe busy and then you can't play as much, and then now you got the rush to do, like you need more stamina than you do because of like events or whatever. So just have some, you know, some solvents, just have some crystal solvents backup, right? I think that will always be a nice one. I wouldn't drain it down to 0. If you can have like 5 to 10 for a backup, that would be a good amount.